G'day legends, James here from Gamma Flare, and buckle up because Miami delivered absolute mayhem in the Autumn Series finale. If you came looking for high-speed drama, crunching metal, and championship-defining moments, you have come to the right place. This race exploded into action from the very first lap. The moment the green lights flashed, the field launched into battle, and chaos followed instantly. Reese Wakefield was tagged in the opening lap madness and sent spinning as the pack scattered to avoid disaster. As the pressure ramped up, the walls started collecting victims. Phil Carpenter slammed into the barrier before attempting a nerve-wracking blind rejoin into oncoming traffic. Then the tension boiled over into turn 1, where Jaco Venter and Chris Thomas tangled, bringing a hard-fought defensive battle to a sudden end. But the biggest moment was still to come. Late in the race, a massive high-speed pile-up involving Matthew Gerard, Jesse Simpson, and Blake Greenhalgh left cars wrecked, dreams shattered, and the championship fight turned completely on its head. What a spectacular way to close out the Autumn Series. Now it's time to turn the page, as we're heading straight to the legendary Watkins Glen International, where the Winter Series gets underway and the fight for a brand new championship begins. For the ultimate post-race breakdown, we're handing things over to the incredible team at the Broadcasting Lounge. For Gamma Flare, I'm James. Keep your foot flat, keep burning rubber, and I'll catch you at the next track, legends.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to round 1 of the SuperCars NZ GT3 Winter Series non-championship race here at Watkins Glen. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We have got a fantastic brand new season for you of some GT3 racing, going to some fantastic tracks this season. But we start off with Watkins Glen non-championship round, as I said, and we have a whole new set of drivers, new cars, new liveries. We'll be looking forward to it all. My name is Brandon Stark, and alongside me for this season is Shane White. Shane, how are you doing this evening?
I'm good, thanks, Brendan. I'm so excited to be here, back in the lounge, blowing the dust off the old mic and getting back into it for a brand new season. As you say, non-championship tonight, but that is not going to see any of our drivers holding back. They are going to be fighting tooth and nail out on track, and I am so excited to see them going head-to-head at the Glen.
It should be an interesting one. Of course, GT3 cars have a bit of a history with Watkins Glen, of course. We also want to welcome our producer for tonight. You won't be hearing his voice, but he'll be showing us all these fantastic camera angles. His name is Wayne Bloor. So Wayne will be providing us with all the cameras tonight and bringing you some amazing footage here. Just want to give a quick shout out to some of our amazing sponsors we have on board with us. We are running the Get a Sim contest once again. So we ran it last year. Of course, we'll bring into you some more details on those once we have them. Of course, a fantastic sim giveaway thanks to some of our amazing sponsors. Of course, iRacing, where we are running this platform on. MRP Sim Racing Gear, be sure to check it out at mrpsimracing.co.nz. And of course, if you want to get involved, the Sim Racing Hub app, now available to download. Be sure to check it out. Of course, Gamma Flare, of course, coming on board once again for this season. And Shane, I'm hearing rumblings of a new, I should say a Triple Crown V8 event coming up.
Yeah, that's right. We've done it over a couple of seasons over the last couple of years, and that's all the details up there. Triple Crown Gen 3 V8s on track endurance racing. It's a teams event, so get yourself a team, mate, and join up. We've got the Bend 500 coming up as the first race there on the 16th of August. Then we go into the gold standard event, Mountain Panorama Bathurst 1000, Sunday 6th of September, that one's going to be, and then we finish it all off with another 500k race at Sandown on the 20th of September.
Absolutely awesome. Looking forward to that one, of course. But let's run through what we have tonight here. Right now, our GT3 drivers are out qualifying at the moment, but we have 2 races for you tonight. Race 1 is a 20-minute race, 1 compulsory pit stop, minimum of 2 tyres at the pit stop needed to be done. The pit window will open after 10 minutes. And then race 2 tonight, 30-minute, of course, also same story. Pit stop for a minimum of 2 tyres, and then you obviously pit lane opens after 10 minutes. You can make your pit stop. Of course, qualifying, just to recap on the rules, 15 minutes. You're allowed 2 flying laps, and you can do them whenever you wish. Of course, got to watch out for the traffic. So looking at it, at the results right now, Jensen Bad is currently out there in the Ferrari. Topping the timesheets, Ryan Delaney is in second, Reese Wakefield in third. Now, Reese, of course, returning from last season to have another go. Last year he was in the Mercedes GT3. Tonight he is in the Acura. Few returning drivers and a few new faces. Going to be something to all look forward to here this season. Shane, anything you want to sort of add for this season? I mean, it looks like it's going to hot up to be a really good season.
Yeah, it is looking really exciting. Some new names in, and one to watch who hasn't set a time in qualifying yet is going to be Connor Franson. And he was quickest in practice with a 1:43.5. Very close actually though in second was Ryan Delaney with a 1:43.55. Connor was a 5:1, so very close together. But Connor running 9K I rating. So that, for those of you that don't know the I rating system, basically he's very quick.
Yeah. 9K means you have. It means you're not only fast. You do this for a long time. Looking at some of our other drivers here, Sebastian Bad in the Ford Mustang, got a spinner in the background there, coming out of the second to last corner as Seb Wall goes to the lane. Hugo Allen joining the series in an Audi for this season. Hugo, of course, very well known in the sim racing world. We'll go on board for a lap here as he navigates the bus stop, and he's going to go right through. I don't think he wants to be featured in our onboard footage. Shaw McNamara last season ran a Mustang. This season, he's decided to switch it up for McLaren. Oh, big spin there in the Corvette. That is Chris Zalewski in the Racecrafts NZ machine. Coming out.
So Chris back going on track as well. Racecraft's huge supporters of ours at SuperCars NZ. And I think that was Chris's second lap as well. So he had done his banker, 1:46.07 he had done there, and 1:45.78. I was looking at the next time down, and that puts him in 17th currently. And unfortunately, he's not going to be able to improve on that second lap. Same goes for Hugo Allen. We saw him go straight through the bus stop there. That was his second lap. He had put a banker down of a 1:44.38. Of course, that first lap still getting the tyres up to temp and very hard to deliver the optimum time on that first lap, and Hugo is sitting down in P12 now, and we know he's capable of being much higher up the grid than that, so he is going to have to make his way through once we go racing.
Yeah, definitely. Well, going to be a bit of a fight of note to look out for. Jaco Fencer, Gamafle Sim Racing last season ran a Lamborghini, was very quick towards the end. This season, of course, switching up to the McLaren. Did you see what Jaco can do? He's currently sitting 13th at the moment with a 1:44.4, and just see if he can improve. He might be on a second flying lap at the moment, but currently the best time so far is Jensen Bad in the Ferrari at a 1:43.2. So times varying big time here, and of course, like we said at the start of the show, non-championship. So no points on offer, but of course it is a good opportunity to see who has got some momentum leading into the season going forward. Philip Antoon, the Gamma Flare Lamborghini, joined in a bit late at the back end of last season as well. Throwing the Gamma Flare car around. It is a very menacing but also cool looking Lamborghini. currently sitting in P18 on a 145.2. So a lot of drivers switching cars from last season, Shane, and I think this is looking to be a really tough one. A handful of drivers sticking with what they had last season, but of course, big changes up and down the field.
Yeah, plenty of guys switching cars. The guys at the pointy end of the field definitely are all over what's the fastest car track to track. Obviously, our rules don't allow them to change week to week, although this being non-championship round, we are allowing the guys to, if they're not happy with their choice of car tonight, they can make a change for next week, but then from next week, they are absolutely locked in.
Yeah, that's it.
You're very cool to see Dale ITM on the side of Mitchell Sparrow's car. They are big supporters of New Zealand motorsport, big supporter of friend of the league, Brendan Leach, and getting behind Mitchell Sparrow as well. So very cool to see.
They also get behind a number of talents that still race in New Zealand. That's for sure. I've seen, if you're a motorsport fan and you live in New Zealand, you go to the track, you'll see Dale RTM on a handful of cars here as well. Absolutely fantastic sponsor of a number of fantastic drivers up and down the field. Of course, as you said, Shane, Brendan Leach, sponsored by Dale ITM as well. We'll see that car around at some point. Venus Venta and the Gamma Flare car just pulling to the side of the road and getting out of the way. So Watkins Glen, fantastic racetrack, home of NASCAR, IndyCar, and of course IMSA. We of course will have there's a 6 hour in the real world coming up, but we are here on Thursday night for GT Racing. Rob Carwood in the BNR Racing machine, trying to come around for a lap. We'll go on board and see if we can get a lap of the track here. Wayne, come around down towards turn number 1. Here we go. So down into turn number 1 comes Rob Carwood, just a little bit on the curve. They got to watch for slowdowns because this track you can cop a big slowdown through turns 2 and 3. Now coming up towards this back straightaway through 4. It's a long corner. This track's known for slipstreaming, so there's a lot of slipstreaming opportunities. Now coming down to the inner loop, or bus stop sections I like to call it, over the curves, let it dance, and then coming through the outer loop corner here. Now we're going to be going straight on ahead down in towards turn number 6, bit of a bowl section over here. See just how downhill that is. Look how he's dancing that car around, coming up towards the toe section. This is the boot section, actually. This whole section here is the boot of the Watkins Glen International Raceway, coming up towards turn number 8. Trying to get as much speed as he can. Rob Carwood currently sitting in P15. Here we go, coming up towards the back end of this track through turn 9, a little bit wide there. Now down towards the final corner. We have coming out towards the final corner now in turn 11. Now got less than a minute to go. Rob Carwood is gonna pull it in, so we get a good lap and we get to see him coming to the pit lane, which will be tricky given that it is basically on the race line as you come in. Darren Lobb, as far as I know, a real life race car driver and a champion of South Africa. He's in a GT3 here tonight, normally in the SuperCars NZ SuperCars series. Up into
Darren
5th.
goes up into P5 on his first lap there. He'll have one more crack at it.
Yeah, we'll see if he can make it stick. We'll
Actually, he won't have one more crack at it because the heat racing format is going to cut them off bang on that 15-minute mark. So a couple of seconds left and that's going to be it.
Yeah, so unfortunately, you don't want to leave it too late. Unfortunately, with heat racing formats, don't want to leave it too late because as the server does do, as Shane said, it cuts you off. So we're going to quickly have a look at our starting order. So starting off P1 is Jenson Button in the Ferrari. Next to him is last season's champion Stefan McCartan coming back to defend the title in the BMW. Change of car for him. Ryan Delaney in third. Reese Wakefield in fourth. Darren Lobb in the Ferrari. Connor Franson and Jordan McConnell in sixth and seventh in the BMWs. Brooke Wilson in an Aston Martin next to Nicholas Peck in the BMW. Alex Sprague and Jocko Fenter in the Porsche and McLaren. Followed in 12th is the other Porsche of Jesse Simpson, and in 13th is Sebastian Bade down in the Ford Mustang. Hugo Allen in the Audi in P14, followed by Carl Bork in P15. Rob Carwood, Jutta Botta, and Sean McNamara, trio of McLarens in 16th, 17th, and 18th. Philip Antoon in 19th, Jet Adams in 20th, Leith Swinney 21st in the Ferrari, followed by Aaron Goodrick in another Ferrari in 22nd. Thenis Fenter in 23rd, and Blake Greenhall in the Ferrari. Edward Fakori in a McLaren switching cars from last season. Jonathan Turner in the Mercedes also switching cars. So new cars all the way around for us to get used to. Mitchell Sparrow, 27th, with Chris Zalewski in 28th. Louis Robinson in 29th. Christian Rydolph Jenkins in 30th. Phil Carpenter and Braden O'Loughlin 31st and 32nd. Aaron Timperley, followed by Chris Thomas, Zane Thompson, Sid Benjafar, Stefan Adams, Thomas McCall, and James McKenzie round out our field. And 40th car in the grid there, we got Josh Thompson. We also have Miles Burgess. So what a field to kick us off for this season.
41 cars around the Glen. This is going to be super exciting. Quick little couple of differences in the format from last season for tonight that we did touch on in the build-up there, Brandon, but we've got compulsory pit stop in this first race as well as the second tonight. We previously, with the heat races, we've only had compulsory pit stop in the second race, and change in the number of tyres they need to do for those compulsory pit stops to count 2 instead of 1 for this season.
Yeah, absolutely awesome. We also actually forgot to mention, I've actually forgot to mention there, Shane, race 2 is inverted top 10 as well. So we are going to be in for it here tonight as the iRacing controlled pace car leads us around for the start of this one. Coming around the final corner now. We're about to go lights out for the start of this. Here we go. Oh, everyone's impatient. They want to get going. It's only been a week or two off, but we are racing at the Glen. GT3s Heat 1, 20 minutes. Here we go, filing through turn 1. Jenson Bade leads the field away, followed by Ryan Delaney. Darren Lobb up to third already. He's done a fantastic job to jump up a couple of positions. Stefan McCartan, our last season champion, in fourth, followed by his teammate Reese Wakefield. Oh, big slide out of the BMW there. Not too sure who that was. That was a huge slide coming into the bus stop now. Here we go. It's Jenson, Ryan, Darren, Stefan, and Reese. Watch them all file on through. Listen to the beast that is these race cars filing on through. What a start to the season there, Shane.
Yeah, Jenson Bade getting a perfect start to the race there, jumping out to a commanding lead early on. Ryan Delaney getting away with him as well. But as the front guys took off, everybody battling for position through the mid-pack, and great to see everybody keeping it clean so far.
This is absolutely awesome stuff. It's still looking clean, but you can still see some drivers battling away, trying to find that extra bit of room, trying to make some moves off the start while everyone is bunched up as a pack. One of the Mercedes there running wide out the back. I think there was Chris Thomas there out in the background. So Jenson Bade leads at the moment, followed by Ryan Delaney. Darren Lobb in third. Looking at some more battles here at the moment. Looks like Brooke Wilson battling away there as well. So, I mean, we have got some fantastic racing for you here today. You can just see how they're trying to keep it in between the white lines. Here we go. Off this wall. Watch this. Oh, big wall. Oh, leaving a signature on the side of the wall for everyone else to see as they come through. what a start from everyone involved. Best lap time so far off the start, Jensen Bate, a 147.5. That is a huge start there. And it looks like one of the Ferraris is coming to the lane now to
Yeah,
get
Blake.
some repairs on. That's Blake Greenhall, you're right, and Jonathan Turner. What a start. Woo!
Yeah,
Oh,
few cars running into some issues here that we obviously didn't quite pick up. So Blake Greenhill, Jonathan Turner, and Louis Robinson joining them in the pits as well. So those guys have had some issues. Hopefully Wayne will be able to pick up what happened to them and give us a replay. But Jensen Bade out front early. He had a good gap, but Ryan Delaney has closed that in. Interestingly as well, Connor Franson, who I picked, pointed out as our 9K rating driver and quick in practice, he's dropped back off the start and currently sits P8. So work to do for Connor in this one.
yeah, fighting word now with Brooke Wilson, who has Alex Sprague for company. It's Porsche versus Aston Martin. Look at this, coming through the toe section of the boot. Here at Watkins Glen, oh, a bit of a slide there for Brooke.
Oh,
Watch Alex on the grass. Alex on the grass. This is insane. Side by side. Oh, what can she do? What can she do? Oh, she defends very big. Nicely there by Brooke. Alex Sprague now looking for some moves. Alex Sprague, a real life 2K Cup race driver in the South Island. He's racing the Porsche in the GT3 series. Fantastic to see that he's back. He's going to have another stab at the championship. Oh, brilliant. Brilliant stuff there. Everyone else still trying to find their positions. Oh, big touch for a couple of drivers. Oh, there's a lot of flow momentum at this place. I can tell you that right now. Hugo Allen, here we go. Looking at a replay now. Looking at Hugo Allen coming through the final couple of corners. What's happened here? And a bit of a battle there. Looks like Sean McNamara behind him. Oh, touch up. No.
He got the neck attack.
Break.
Oh.
Oh, I've got to watch the replay there. All right, so back to live. Thank you to our esteemed producer there, Wayne, for bringing us those pictures. Now we go back to live here. Jensen Bade and Ryan Delaney swapping positions. The Ferraris are going at it here. Side by side, what a move. Ryan Delaney has gotten through, but now Darren Lobb has got Stephen McCartan for company. So we've got a couple of battles happening up and down the grid here, Shane.
Yeah, plenty of battles going on at the pointy end. Ryan Delaney taking the lead there. Darren Lobb, as you say, just holding off Stephen McCartan. Reece Wakefield sniffing in the background of that one as well. Running on board with Reece here as they come down into the heel corner, turn 8 on the Watkins Glen circuit.
Yeah, this is absolutely amazing stuff here. Of course, as I said, Stephen McCartan, a last season champion, did it all in a Ferrari himself. But he's obviously now decided to switch to the BMW for tonight. Not too sure if he's going to stick with the BMW for the season. Looking back at Jordan McDonald. There's battles everywhere, up and down the field. I think Wayne's actually struggling in the background. I can probably sense the sweat coming off his brow, trying to keep up on what to look at. Oh, big touch into the wall there for Jaco Fenter, as well as the Mustang in front of him. Looking for some moves here. Jaco, of course, switching to the McLaren for tonight. Not too sure. We'll see next week if he decides to stick with that car. But that's the ball.
Oh, it's in the background.
Oh, I saw that. Oh, I'm not too sure who that was.
Looks like it might have been Josh Thompson. No, sorry.
Oh, here we go.
Been clean by the look of this replay here. Down to turn 1, side by side with the Gamma-Fleet McLaren. Oh.
Oh, okay, bit of a contact there. Oh! So it gets spun around by one McLaren, it gets collected by another. I think Philip Antoine, every time he sees a McLaren, he's going to see red.
It'll be a tricky one to break down for race control. I didn't hear him call anything into race control, but he is allowed a couple of laps to, I guess, cool off and decide if he wants to call it in. So we'll keep an ear out on the radio for that one.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely insane stuff here. Battles all up and down the field at the moment. Wayne, of course, our producer. Wayne, have you got something for us?
I just can't keep my mic off. This is insane. Crazy race. and certainly some cool names out there with a lot of clean racing, which is looking mean, and that's what we want here at SuperCars NZ. We want fast, clean, good stuff. So yeah, good stuff. Into it, guys. Carry on.
Shout out to Wayne there. Thank you for that one, Wayne. Of course, it is great stuff. I'm sure it's tough being a producer, looking at the racing and wanting to shout at the microphone, shout at the cars, get some race action going here. Looking back now to Ryan Delaney now leading the way. Jensen Bate in second, Darren Lobb third. Do you think, Shane, do you think the Ferrari might be the car of choice for this track?
It looks to be that way, doesn't it? Top three at the moment, currently all Ferraris, and yeah, certainly looks like the preferred choice for tonight at least.
It seems. All right, so we'll quickly run through the grid as we go along. So looking at Jordan McConnell here down in 8th, following Connor Franson in the other BMW as well, both in the blue BMW, so going to be a little tough to tell them apart, but thankfully we have names on the bottom at the moment. We'll look at a few more battles up and down the grid. Got a bit of a gap to Brooke Wilson in the Aston Martin, who has pulled a gap on Alex Sprague, so she's somehow found a bit of extra lead in the right foot to get away from Alex, who's also in turn found a gap to Sebastian Bade in the Mustang. Currently have Mr. Gamma Flare himself, Jaco Fencer for company, Kyle Bork following through, and Sean McNamara in P14 at the moment, trying to catch up to the boss man. See how he's flying through there. Nice, clean exit on the exit of the last corner there. Looking back at another McLaren here, Walter Botta. Apologies if I do butcher the names a little bit. The McLaren there, I'll get it right eventually. Following just behind that, Jesse Simpson sticking to the Porsche for tonight. Aaron Goodrick going out there in a Ferrari at the moment in P17, up 5 positions. Jed Adams in 18th, up 2 for the BMW, and a little bit further back is the Dale ITM Audi. I've got to say, probably one of the nicest looking cars out there at the moment. For Mitchell Sparrow, a bit of a dance through the bus stop. Currently sitting in P19 there at this stage. Bit of damage on Rob Carwood's McLaren as he goes on through. Chris Zielinski in 21 with Rodolph Jenkins right behind in the Lamborghini. Bit of a change for Rodolph as well. Thinis Venter in the other Gamma Flare McLaren. And we just told Jaco. Yeah. So we've been told that this is Jaco's brother who's now joined in. So we're going to have 2 Gamma Flare McLarens out there trying to make their way up the field. Be interested to see if these two get into a fight at some point. That might be good fun.
Got a sibling rivalry on track, you reckon?
Oh, I reckon. I think there might be some friendly bets thrown within the family, saying the loser has to cook the winner dinner or something. Looking back, yeah, cook the barbecue, everything like that. Have a bit of fun. Looking a bit further back at Zane Thompson here in the Ford Mustang, going out there quite strong. Couple of pit stops happening at the moment. Pit window is open. Looking back at James McKenzie here in the Mercedes-Benz AMG, coming into the lane as well. And then Blake Greenhall made a pit stop before the window opened to get some damage done, get some damage repairs done. So a few pit stops now happening. So we'll see the order jump all up and down quite a bit. We'll see if anything else happens. Phil Carpenter, a bit of damage on the front of that car. Ouch, that front left wheel is not looking very straight. Looking back at Braden O'Loughlin there and Jonathan Turner in the Mercedes. Good mix of field here of cars here tonight, Shane. I think we could be in for a really fun season.
Yeah, we seem to have a good mix of all the cars out there. Podium currently dominated by Ferraris, as we alluded to before, but we've got BMWs, we've got an Acura, we've got an Aston Martin, we've got some Mustangs, we've got some Corvettes, we've got some Mercs, some Porsches, some Lambos. Good mix of cars out there.
Alright, so we're looking at a replay here for P5. And Connor dives up the inside in the BMW. Okay, so Connor tries to go for a pass. Doesn't get it done at all. Bit of a touch to the wall there. And
Yeah,
it looks
that wall on the exit of the final corner is absolutely brutal. Such a tricky spot there. You can feel like you've got into the apex right at the final corner, get the throttle down, and then the car just understeers wide out into that wall. And yeah, such a tricky one to try and avoid, and it can do plenty of damage.
Oh, certainly can. That's for sure. I mean, this is a big battle here for P5. But yeah, I mean, look, back to that wall there, Shane. I mean, look, you slide out of that last corner with quite a bit of speed because I mean, this track is very flowing, very fast, and I mean, it does take quite a bit to try and get right. I mean, look, I've done a bit of racing here myself in the iRacing officials, and I've tapped that wall myself. Sometimes I go through the corner too slow just to avoid it. Like, that is just one that comes out at you really fast.
Yeah, it is, and it is a corner where, like you say, momentum is a big thing around here, and especially that corner. If you do sacrifice a little bit of time to avoid that wall, it's going to cost you time down the straight. So those guys racing it out at the front of the pack, where every hundredth of a second matters, they're not going to be wanting to sacrifice anything there or anywhere else around the straight for that matter.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. I mean, you know, these drivers take quite a lot of practice to get their heads around the car and track that they're on. Try and get as much practice as they can. Replay here of Jaco Fenter up on the inside. Oh, a bit of a slow car there. Oh, watch it. All right, so that was one of the BMWs there going quite slowly through there. I'm not too sure who that might have been, but Connor now, looking back at Connor Franson here, up into 5th place, battling away with our autumn series champion, Stefan McCartan, who is currently hunting down Darren Lobb. So 3 different brands of cars going at it here. Ferrari. Oh, sorry, make that 2 different brands. Sorry, I forgot Stefan had moved into a BMW. So it's Ferrari and Beamer. So Italy versus Germany. And Darren. Yeah.
Just heard I think I heard a drive-through penalty awarded to Phil Carpenter there, and also might have been Tennis Venter.
A couple of penalties been thrown out there. All right, so thank you for that one, Shane. Some more fights happening up and down this grid. Reese Wakefield there in the Acura in the background. Normally we see a lot of the OPL boys doing this. Last season we had Adam Hughes and even had Dylan Shepherd making appearances as well, but it's going to be a 3-man fight this season. Well, so it's Steph McCart and Reese Wakefield here tonight, and then of course Miles Burgess and the Mustang in the background. Movers and shakers, Josh Thompson, as I mentioned his name, he's just going to the pit, so he's going to drop a couple. So movers and shakers, the best of it right now is Miles Burgess up 23 positions at the moment. So good on Miles for jumping up nice and high there. Just looking back at a few.
Sebastian Bade has just received a drive-through penalty for avoidable contact. That was for an incident with Jesse Simpson. So Sebastian will have to take a tour of the lane there, but great battles taking place in this one at the moment as we get down into the last few minutes of the race. Not long to go now and still plenty to fight for at the front of this one.
Yeah, and speaking of Sebastian Bate, he's in a battle right now with Jaco Fenter at the moment, who behind them is Kyle Borg and Brooke Wilson. And as we go into the battle, they all go into the lane, so we'll see who decides to come. We'll see who can come out on top in this one. Keep an eye on the pit lane run for these drivers. Jaco hanging very far right into the lane, trying to cut down maybe some time for himself there. Kyle Bork now stops in the lane. We go on board now with Jensen Bade in the Ferrari, leading this field away. 3 seconds up the road from Darren Lobb, who still has McCodden and Franson for company. So, bit of a battle still raging on. The
Top 6.
Yep.
Yeah, top 6 still needing to pit though, and with 2 minutes remaining now, I think they're going to need to get in this lap to make sure they get their compulsory pit stop done.
Otherwise, they face the wrath of race control and get a big penalty for their troubles. So we'll just keep an eye on this one quickly. You can see how Connor's fighting with the steering wheel there, trying to see how he can get past here. So with a minute to go, the pit stops need to be done now. The top 6 have to come in now, or else they will be penalised for this one big time. Here we go. Does Jensen Bade come in? Bit of a slide out there. Okay.
Commitment.
I think he had to just think about that one for a second. All right, here we go. Okay, so they all come in now. So
if anybody's wondering about some of those pit entries, you don't have to stay to the right of that yellow line all the way around, as long as you get between the yellow cones as you come across the line.
yeah, it's very tough to judge that one. Looking at Brooke Wilson here in 7th now, coming up towards out of the boot section, back onto the international section of Watkins Glen, coming around the final couple of corners. We'll see where the Aston Martin comes out.
So I think Jensen should be okay to hold on to this race lead.
So let's see where she pops out. There's Jensen, so he's around, coming up towards 3 and 4 now, so he's fine in the Ferrari. Stefan McCodden's come out 2nd. Look at Darren Lobb now. In behind that one. Oh no, he's battling for it. Oh!
Side by side into the bus stop. They sorted it out and they got into single file there without incident, but that had the potential. Oh, big moment! Darren Lobb hard into the tyres. No, sorry, Stephen McCartan hard into the tyres, and he has towed. And I didn't hear him request for that over race radio either, so there could be.
Right, so we're going to go on board now with Steph McCon, just see what happened to him. Coming around the boot section. Oh, big loose. Oh!
I wonder if he's done rear tyres. It just looked like maybe cold rear tyres got loose and big overcorrection into the tyres.
Darren! Oh, Connor's not happy. He's flashing the headlights. Here we go. Last couple of corners now. We're going to finish heat 1 of round 1 of our SuperCars NZ GT3 series. Connor's still flashing the headlights now. But Jensen Bade will come around the final corner. Will win race 1 here at the Glen in the Ferrari. Well done to Jensen Bade. Darren Lobb in 2nd. Connor Franson in 3rd. Still not happy, flashing the headlights. Reese Wakefield in 4th. Nicholas Peck in 5th place. Brooke Wilson in 6th. Congratulations to her. Alex Sprague in 7th. Kyle Bork in 8th. Hugo Allen 9th. Sean McNamara finishes 10th.
Reverse
and
pole.
that will give him the pole position for the next one. Vota Bota in 11th at the finished 11th at the moment there. Jordan McDonald in 12th. Yoko Fenter 13th. Aaron Goodrick 14th. Mitchell Sparrow in 15th place. What a run there. Shane, do you want to run us through the rest of the grid there for the finishing order for that one?
Yeah, so 16th was Miles Burgess, Rob Carwood in 17th, Sebastian Bate 18th, Kristen Jenkins there in 19th, Jonathan Turner 20th, Blake Greenhill 21st, Josh Thompson 22nd, Braden O'Loughlin 23rd, James McKenzie 24th, Chris Thomas 25th, Zane Thompson 26th, Phil Carpenter 27th, Louis Robinson 28th, and that's all just resetting. I've lost all that now.
No, we'll definitely. But we've run through quite a bit of the field there. I mean, 42 cars on the grid. I mean, that is a big, big order. That is for sure. Make that 41 cars, sorry, on the grid. That is a big order for anyone to try and get through. So, fantastic to have everyone here. And we're going to quickly go to an MRP video, and we'll be right back with the start of race 2.
So the Triple Crown is coming up for you in not too much over a month, really. I think about 6 weeks or so. That is away from getting going, but that you can see prizes there for podium and giveaways each round. We're going to have best livery prizes, best parks on track each round. There's going to be live broadcast and live race control for that. So if you're keen to get signed up for that one, it's on the 16th of August for the first round, and then 6th of September for the big Bathurst 1000 there, and the 20th of September for the Sandown 500. And if you want to get involved, download the Sim Racing Hub on Apple App Store or Google Play and get that downloaded, and you can sign up to that and all our series and special events and all the match fit special events as well through that.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to that one there. So get yourself a team and get yourself on the grid. SuperCars NZ Gen 3 Supercars for the Triple Crown. So warm-up is about halfway done at the moment. Drivers are probably just trying to practice their pit entry. Make sure they can get it right. And looking a bit further up and down this grid, Zane Thompson now going for a few laps, bit of a hoon around the Watkins Glen circuit. Of course, just a quick, just to let everyone know, round 2 of this championship, which will be the first one to be paying points towards the season, will take place at the Oran Park Raceway. So unfortunately a track that does not exist anymore, but we get to have fun, and it was just recently visually updated in iRacing. Shane, I know we spoke pre-season about GT3s around Oran Park to start a points paying round. You want to do you want to reiterate what you think of it? I mean, GT3s around Oran Park, a track that yeah, unfortunately is a little small.
Yeah, I think insane is probably the right word. It's gonna be exciting for us sitting up here watching in the lounge, and I can't wait. It's gonna be so much fun sending those cars around. It is a tight little track. Lap time, I think about 1 minute and 10 seconds around there. Got the good figure 8 layout as well. The chute over the bridge there makes it very unique, and as we've got someone going backwards on screen there, but that will be highly entertaining, and I can't wait.
That will be something to, lo and behold, for everyone to watch. So make sure you join us next next weekend. Next week Thursday. We'll get that right. Oh, big spin for Ryan Delaney, trying to practice some 360 victory burnouts, I guess, for the Nexus Esports machine. But yeah, next week Thursday, be sure to join us for that one. Oran Park V8s around. The G3, sorry, around there. So it should be a good one, nonetheless. So we're about 5 minutes down. The warm-up is finished. We'll run through the grid for the start of this next one as it comes up for us to show you all. So running through the grid now, top 10, Sean McNamara, followed by Hugo Allen, Kyle Bork in third, followed by Alex Sprague, Brooke Wilson out in fifth, Nicholas Peck for seventh, Reese Wakefield out of sixth, Reese Wakefield out of seventh, Connor Franson out of eighth, Darren Lobb out of ninth, Jensen Bade out of 10th, Vota Botma out of 11th, Jordan McDonald out of 12th, Yoko Fent out of 13th, Aaron Goodrick out of 14th, Mitchell Sparrow out of 15th. Miles Burgess in 16th, Rob Calwood 17th, Sebastian Bade out of 18th, Rydolph Jenkins coming out of P19, and 20th is Jonathan Turner. Blake Greenhall 21st, followed by Josh Thompson, Braden O'Loughlin and James McKenzie, followed by Stefan McCartan down in 25th place in the BMW. So a bit of a work for Stefan to do in this one. Chris Thomas in 26th, Zane Thompson 27th, Phil Carpenter 28th, Louis Robinson out of 29th, Jet Adams in P30. Then now to the last 10 drivers, we have my grid. My timing's just had a bit of a glitch now. Sorry, everyone. We won't be able to run through the rest of the grid. We've now gone racing.
So the ultimate sandbag for Sean McNamara to come home P10 and put it on the reverse grid pole.
Yeah, I think it was sandbagging.
We joke, of course, but I'm sure Sean was driving his best race, and it's a very competitive field, and he would be very happy with a P10 and very happy to line up on the pole for this one.
Yeah, he seems to be quite happy with where he is at the moment for this one. So Sean McNamara and Hugo Allen will take the grid in this one. Our iRacing flagman, Bonnie the Flagman, as he's world famously known, has the green flag up in the air. The iRacing pace car pulls off, and we go racing for race number 2 here at Watkins Glen, round 1 of the GT3 Winter Series. Hugo Allen, Kyle Bork, Sean McNamara all battling it out for first place. It looks as though Kyle Bork will sneak on through into first. Couple run wide out of turn 1. Watch for the rejoin. Sean McNamara in second. Reese Wakefield in third. Alex Sprague in fourth. Well, big spin. Big spin. Big off. Oh no. There is a lot of damage. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Oh, you are joking.
Big one there. Listening to race control, trying to hear for safety car. Sean McNamara got caught out on the restart, didn't get the best reactions, got swamped, on the race start. Got swamped there, but did a good job as it went 3-1, just wanted to hold on, and we do have a safety car, so we are going to bunch everybody up and try again. But Kyle Bork getting the jump on Sean McNamara on that race start, and Sean getting swamped but doing a good job to hold on to P2 there.
Hold on to P2. Sean, at safety car, buddy. Unless he's just teasing Carl for a second there. There you go. Good man, Sean. All right, so a lot to unpack in this one. That's for sure. Looks like half the field has will need to get some repairs. And we got Sean in the lounge with us. Sean, tell us about that start, my friend.
What's happening, mate?
Tell us about that race start there. I mean, you started on pole because you got yourself a 10th place finish there. But tell us about the start.
So I just got everyone talking into me. I sort of got the start. Thanks, Brandon. Nice to see you. Yeah, I got the old Kyle got the inside on me. He already had the run nice and early, so I sort of, we went 3 wide, which is never nice. But if someone's going to throw it down there, what do? I held my line, and luckily, I think the car on the outside, which was Hugo, got a bit loose, and there might have been a bit of contact, but not much you can do when you're 3 wide. Yeah, and then obviously I didn't see it, but there was a whole lot of carnage.
Yeah, there was a whole lot of carnage behind you. I think you might have to save the replay and have a look at it yourself. Very unique start here. You seem to have found your footing a little bit in this McLaren. Do you think you'll stick with it for the season?
Ooh, that's the $1 million question. Yeah, I've driven the McLaren before in a season. It was quite nice. Mid corner at mid pace it's a little bit weird for me. And I've tried a couple of different paid setups in the car tonight, and found one that sort of gave me a few tenths. And we're about mid pack, So obviously I gained a few spots to get the pole with the reverse top 10, and that's what you got to do to sort of get a few points in this championship. When it is a points round, it sort of just finish as good as you can and just try and get close to that reverse top 10, and away we go. Heaps of new guys in tonight, which I'm loving it. I think there's a 9K guy in there somewhere, which is pretty cool. Nice to see a bit of talent.
We've been trying to wrap our head around some new cars, new liveries, new drivers, everyone switching up. So fantastic to have you in the lounge show. We'll let you get back to it. Hopefully we'll talk to you after.
All right, mate. You guys have a good call. Thank you very much.
Cheers, matey.
See ya.
See ya. All right, so that was Sean McNamara talking to us from inside the car. One of the joys of... So Wayne, our producer, is going to go back and have a look and see what happened here. Chris Thomas, I did believe this. Watch this. So this is on replay. Just straight ahead. No steering.
Oh, so he's trying to limp it back to the pits and just gone straight on there.
Yeah, I think he was trying to either limp it back or the brakes just... I mean, look at this. Oh, look at the damage.
Oh.
Nicholas Peck can't even steer. Oh, look at all the damage coming. Oh man, this is crazy. Shane, I don't know how you'd call this one. I mean, race control are going to be caught in this one. I mean, they're going to need a week to unpack everything that happened at turn 2.
Yeah, I think we might be hearing a lot of post-race investigations tonight.
Oh,
we are getting ready to go green next time around.
Oh! Rudolph Jenkins in the Lambo, unfortunately having a big whoops. Here we go. So straight involved, smoke in front. Where do you go? Where do you go? Oh. Almost got through all the way. Oh! Okay, so Rudolph Jenkins almost got all the way through. Would have claimed a few free positions there, but unfortunately not to be. Josh Thompson in the Merc. Tries to get through. Oh, he gets caught up in between the fence, and I think that was Alex Sprague and the Porsche there as well. Just stopped in the middle of the track and T-bone. I mean, we've seen big wrecks before like that at Watkins, Glen, very high-speed circuit, of course. You can't obviously, unfortunately, you just sometimes you can't avoid it. That's for sure. So Johnny Gibson in our safety car today.
Yeah, those S's up the hill here at Watkins Glen are very tricky to get through just when you're one car trying to get through on the racing line. When you're side by side there at race start, very tricky, and unfortunately near the front of the pack there was a big moment there, and then everybody else was just driving into that accident at very high speed, and yeah, very hard to avoid getting caught up in that. So a number of cars involved, and we reset under safety car, and we're going to go again at the end of this lap.
Yeah, we certainly are. So now nearly 7 minutes down in this 30-minute race. Remember, the pit stops opens at 10 minutes. So we're only a handful of minutes away before we can actually get some pit stops underway. Looking back at a few of the drivers who got caught out in that one. One driver I have seen here, Mitchell Sparrow, unfortunately getting caught in that one. Sebastian Bade, Stefan McCartan, Miles Burgess. A handful of drivers getting caught up in that one. Just absolutely wrecking. Lee Swinney in there as well. There's Braden O'Loughlin, Frogleaf Juice Racing. So we're about to go racing one more time, guys. So let's cross fingers, cross toes, and hope we get a clean restart this time round.
Yeah, Kyle Bork in control of the field now. Safety car has pulled away, so Kyle will have control of the field and of the restart. Race starts are controlled by the iRacing green flag, but as far as restarts, once that safety car is in pit lane, Kyle can go when he wants, and the safety car is in pit lane now. So Kyle can go when he wants, and then once he goes, the race control will call the green flag, and it's race on from that point.
So Kyle Bork down the BMW. It looks as though he's now decided to put the pedal to the metal. Well, let's get back into restart. Watch the swing on that final corner. He's already pulled a bit of a gap on Sean McNamara, who already has one of the OPL boys for company. That's Reese Wakefield getting past into turn one. So Reese Wakefield second. What a move. Oh no, big off. Oh no.
Kyle Bork has lost it on the curb on the exit of turn one and gone into the wall from the race lead. So Sean McNamara moves back into the lead. Reese Wakefield getting involved as well. Hugo Allen now taking the lead.
It's more carnage here at Watkins Glen. And this is on a restart. Look at them battle. Watch them come through the bus stop section. Oh, Lee Swinney. Oh, at a big lose. Stop it. Try to stop it. Oh, watch for the big field coming through here. Just see now, Hugo Allen now leads. Sean McNamara second. Jensen Bade in third. Some more passes happening here. Up and down the field. Just waiting to see if race control makes any calls on that one. So Reese Wakefield now is in the pit lane after having that big lose.
Sean's just had a moment out of the toe corner. Didn't quite catch whether he had any assistance in that or just got loose by himself, but he had a moment, and he's dropped back to P4 now.
A bit of a drop there. Thank you for that one, Shane. Wow, this is absolutely crazy. I'm a bit lost now as to what we do here. This is just absolutely crazy. 10 minutes have elapsed, so now the pit window's open. I think that is the BMW. Was that Kyle Bork now there? So he's down in 18th at the moment. So a few passes been made here. So drivers now coming to the pit lane now, taking advantage of that pit lane opening. I think they want to get out of the traffic and into some clear air. Looking at Hugo Allen now in the Audi, leading this field away at the moment. Just under a second ahead of Jensen Bade, who's got Ryan Delaney for company. So these two Ferraris going back at it. Look at the gap they pulled on Sean McNamara. 4.7 seconds behind the leader is Sean McNamara. So I think, unfortunately, we brought him into the lounge at the wrong time. I think we just jinxed him there, Shane.
He may have done. He had some luck with Kyle Bork having the incident on the exit of turn one there, but yeah, then Sean having his own little moment out of the toe corner. I think we might be about to have a look at a replay of that here.
So this was when we went safety car. Looks as though Sean.
Oh yes, that is under safety car when he was
being a bit
doing
cheeky.
a little bit of being a bit cheeky.
I think Sean might think that because he's admin, he gets a free shot to the front. It ain't happening, Sean. Ain't happening. So looking back now, well, Wayne might be able to try and find us a replay. Ryan Delaney has gone past Jensen Bade. The two Ferraris swap positions. Remember, it's only a one stop here in this one. So
Yeah,
Ryan,
one pit stop required.
oh man, this is absolutely insane. We have had some fantastic racing here tonight. There's Sean McNamara in fourth.
Sorry, I've just seen a moment on my screen. Looked like Darren Lobb tangling with someone in a big group of cars that he's battling with.
Here we go, replay happening here. Lob on the inside. Oh, bit of a touch there.
Good save though.
That is a good save there, tangling with one of the McLarens. That's Thinnest Venter in the Gamma Flare Sim Racing McLaren there. Kyle Bork's in the background of this one, so huge battles up and down the grid here. So Thinnest has found himself in the bit of a mix between two BMWs. Just see if you make it through there. That is the 32.
Thinnest Venter.
Oh, Thinnest getting...
Oh yeah, and he has stopped out of that corner, and I think he's waiting for a tow.
So he's now wanting to maybe get a tow on. Well, not too sure if that'll bring out the safety car. That 32 BMW as well was Nicholas Peck as well. Ryan Delaney now has found some pace. He's on the back of Hugo Allen in the Audi. Oh, look at Hugo defending. Ryan Delaney has got a lot of pace on the exit of that corner. Oh, side by side. It's a one. They both run wide. Oh, no! Whoa! What is going on? Oh! You're joking. Oh, that is a rough one there. Now, Ryan Delaney, I mean, non-championship round, but still, I mean, it does set the tone for the season. Ryan Delaney down to second. Now, Jensen Bade's got back up to first place. Sean McNamara back up to third. Looking at Brooke Williams here in P6 at the moment in the Aston Martin, just keeping it clean.
We're getting all the action in race 2 tonight. Race 1 was pretty good, pretty clean, and then we've sent them out for a second one, and it's all absolutely popping off in this one.
Oh, that's true, Shane. This is absolutely insane stuff. Look at Alex Sprague up on to the back of Darren Lobb. This is for P10 in this one at the moment. Darren Lobb around the outside of Aaron Timperley in the Porsche. So he's trying to get around one Porsche. He's going to worry about another one. Look at Sprague.
Oh, they're going to go 3 wide.
Oh, no. Watch the 3 wide. Oh, look at that. Oh, this is awesome stuff. Look at this view. This is what we love to see. This is what SuperCars NZ is all about. Fantastic racing here at the Glen, non-championship round. Looking back at Aaron Timperley, who's just lost one there to Alex Sprague. He's now down to 11th. He's got one of the McLarens up behind him. I think there was Rob Carwood there. Now Alex Sprague now looking for some pace in the Porsche. Trying to get past Darren Lobb. Darren running a little wide out of one. Darren, no stranger to sim racing. Dips his toes a lot in the V8s. He's come to join the GT3 field for this season. There's Wouter Botma as well in the McLaren. Oh, look at some moves there. Just up ahead of him is Rob Carwood. He's found some pace in the bus stop.
And Lou Robertson has been given a drive-through penalty for avoidable contact.
So another drive-through coming through there. Oh, Rob Carwood
Oh,
ending it up the inside. Oh, car ahead.
oh, this.
Oh, who was that?
It's
Who
one of the
was-
Team West cars.
Oh, I think that might have been.
Tom McCall.
Oh. So Thomas McCall having to lose in the Merc. Looking at this battle here. So thank you for the update there, Shane. Louis Robinson being a naughty boy, the Team Jigsaw car. So 17 minutes down in this one, lap 8. Here we go, here's Thomas McCall. Coming up towards the boot section. And it looks as though he's all on his own. Yes, he is. Oh, the BMW just sneaks on through. Oh, Sprague just misses him as well. Oh, and this
Looked
is going
like
to hurt
he-
Thomas McCall here, having to wait and wait and wait for a gap.
Looked like he might have just got a little bit unsettled on that inside curb as he tried to get the power down there, and then back end stepping out, and then it's just that typical GT3 thing where as soon as you get the back end sliding, the traction control kills the power to the rear wheels to try and let you save it, but when you're beyond that point of return, it just means you can't drive yourself out of the slide, and you end up having that awkward little spin around.
Yeah, that's for sure. Unfortunately, you got to watch yourself with the right foot in some of the cars in iRacing, particularly GT3s. Looking back at a few of our other drivers up and down the grid, Darren Lobb still with some battles on his hand. Braden O'Loughlin has found his way in between Darren and Alex. And Alex not liking that one. Oh, down the inside, touch! Touch! Oh, Braden's not going to like that one. Oh, Braden just jumping out in front there of Kyle Bork there. Oh man, what a! Oh, Alex might get a bit of a slap on the wrist for that one from race control.
Well, I thought he was a long way down the inside there from what we saw live anyway. Obviously hard to pick off just that one shot, but yeah, I felt like he was quite a long way down there and on the inside. So it has been called into race control. We'll see what they say, but I don't know that Alex did too much wrong there.
Yeah, I don't. Well, we'll see. I mean, that was a bit of a dive of the inside. I'm not too sure if Braden sort of picked up on that one and maybe didn't expect Alex to make such a move on the inside. Looking back at Wouter Botma here in the McLaren, riding behind Rob Carwood at the moment. This is for 8th and 9th on the track.
Kyle Bork has just been given a drive-through penalty, so bad to worse for him. He's going to have to take another trip through the lane there.
Oh no! Oh, that is absolutely gut-wrenching for Kyle in the BMW. Unfortunately, you get those races, Shane, where they just go bad to worse. We've seen it in SimWorld, the real world, just everywhere in motorsport. Unfortunately, you do get those days where they just go from bad to worse. Dive up the
Yeah, you really
inside.
do.
Yeah, no, it's just crazy. I'm not too sure if you've had any experience with such days yourself there, Shane.
Oh, plenty. Probably too many to name. Probably too many that Wayne has sat in this very lounge laughing at me over.
I think we've just set our producer off.
Sorry, bit of a giggle there. Yes, certainly just turned my comms on, and yeah, certainly had many a giggle at Shane. So all good, good fun.
Absolutely awesome fun, Wayne. Absolutely awesome stuff here. So looking back at a few of our drivers now, so 21 minutes are about to elapse in this one for tonight. Race 2, 11 laps down in this one. Jet Adams out there driving it hard, and Jaco Fenter now onto the back of Lee Swinney for 17th and 18th. This has really jumbled up the order now. Wayne, have you how have you found this one, my friend? Have you found it kind of hard to sort of keep up with all the action with everything that's happening?
just interesting because obviously start of the round, start of the season, 40 odd cars on track, and these guys are just gonna get comfortable with themselves, and their race crafts are gonna come through as the season unfolds. So seriously looking forward to the rest of the season already. It's humming. Love it.
Absolutely awesome stuff. So just trying to get through now. So 22 minutes have gone. Still more racing to come. A handful of pit stops, I think, are still to be done. I'm not too sure who's actually taken their pit stops, because a handful of drivers would have had to have stopped for damage after that lap 1 incident.
Yeah, looks like Ryan Delaney is probably the first of the cars who has taken a stop since the pit window opened.
So we'll keep an eye on where Ryan is. There he is there in the Nexus Esports Ferrari. Currently coming back onto the international section of the race. Jensen Bates still leads Sean McNamara 9.7 seconds behind. There you go. There's the man on cue there, the Sky 83 SuperCars NZ McLaren.
The man, the myth, the legend.
The man, the myth, the legend, of course. Yep, we had him in the lounge a little bit earlier. So Sean's still trying to make his way through, trying to get as much of a gap as he can. Looking back at Nicholas Pick in third in the BMW. A lot of battles up and down the grid at the moment, but a bit of a field spread at this stage. Looking back at Darren Lobb in the Ferrari. We got Alex Sprague here in fifth. We're just going to have a look up and down the field to get everyone to get familiar with the liveries that we have in for the winter season, so everyone can be Automobiles Racing Academy for Alex Sprague. Fantastic to see them back. Rob Carwood, the BNR Racing McLaren. Fantastic to see all these new cars as well. I mean, look at this one, Nexus Esports. What a car to look at. Ryan Delaney, menacing black and green Ferrari there of Ryan Delaney sitting in P7 at the moment. Looking at Jordan McDonald, another Automobiles Racing Team car there, BMW. Big menacing BMW.
Yep, I agree with you, Brendan. Yep.
Yeah. Back at Brooke Wilson and Stefan Adams switching cars this season as well, Shane. Last season was in a Porsche.
Yeah, into the BMW this season. I had some good battles with him, Porsche to Porsche last season, and he's coming in to take his pit stop.
Be quite interesting to see how he goes in that BMW this season as well. Of course, running out of the Sim Black shop in Henderson. Later Botman in the another McLaren over there, and then followed by Yoko Fenter in another McLaren as well in 12th. So fantastic to see everyone out and about. The Frog Leaf Juice Racing McLaren there of Braden O'Loughlin.
Oh, yeah, I like that new livery.
Yeah, that's slightly new colours there for Louis Robinson. Was very dark last season with the grey and the black, but that is that one's staying out quite nicely. So awesome stuff to see new liveries on some of these cars. There's Stefan Adams there. Out of the pit lane he comes. Onto the track now.
Into his tyres.
Yeah. Have to. Make sure he's got some heat there. Make sure he's got the traction to get down. Kyle Bork and another BMW as well. Seeing a lot more BMWs on the grid this season than we were for last season there, Shane.
Yeah, there seems to be a few more out there. been a fairly popular car within SuperCars NZ GT3 racing in the past. Generally considered quite a safe car and probably the closest of the GT3s to at least the older Gen 2 supercars, being that they are a front engine rear wheel drive car and fairly similar body shape.
Yeah, absolutely awesome stuff here. Look at Sid Benjafar down here in P19, back in a Porsche. Aaron Timperley, another Porsche in the field as well. So a few decent machines out there. Chris Thomas giving a Mystery Machine Scooby-Doo feel with this livery.
Oh, that's a bit of nostalgia there, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's making me feel old. Even though I know that's a Scooby-Doo car, it's making me feel old and showing my age. Yeah, it's Scooby-Doo. Fantastic to have some fantastic-looking cars here on the grid. James McKenzie, Misfits Racing Team, sticking with the Mercedes this year. Another menacing black and green car there. Absolutely awesome. Thomas McCall.
Sort of keeping an eye on the race, but scrolling through the order as well because there's not much happening. So that's what we're up to.
No worries. Jonathan Turner, also for Team West Racing, another purple and black Mercedes as well. 28 minutes down in this one, so we're closing in on the end. We'll see what the results are when the flag drops. Blake Greenhall in the Ferrari, back at the Ferrari actually. So this is the same car he ran last season. Got one of the McLarens.
Finding some good pace on that Ferrari towards the end of last season as well, so hopefully he can go on with that. Gets to run on the juiced car there of Brandon O'Loughlin and up the inside.
Yeah, absolutely awesome stuff. Yeah, he did find some good pace in that Ferrari last season. I mean, you're right, Shane. I mean, you know, he's one to watch out for. See what he can do this season. Represent the Italian brand. Back up front here with Ryan Delaney, currently sitting second at the moment. 1 minute left in this one, so 15 laps completed so far. Ryan Delaney is looking for a move on Jensen Bade at the moment. Both have made their pit stops, so this is the pure battle for first.
Yeah, and this could be the final lap, or we might squeeze one more in. It's going to be close.
You've got your ear to the race control there, Shane. You might be able to keep us updated on what's happening with the lap counter. We got 10 seconds left on the clock.
I think we are going to just... Oh, Ryan's coming into pit lane, so he's recognised that this isn't the final lap. He's going to need some fuel. So that's a shame for him.
So that moves Jordan McDonald up into second place in the BMW.
Bit of a shame for us as well, because we were looking like a good battle for the lead on the final lap here, and we've just been deprived on that as Ryan's had to come into pit lane.
Yeah,
Nicholas Peck in P4 is also showing a black flag there on the timing tower, so I'm not sure if that's for incident points or administered.
Yeah, hopefully we'll find out soon what the story is there. So this will be the final lap now, as 30 minutes have elapsed. On board with Sean McNamara through the bus stop. Got Nicholas Peck right behind him.
Looks like it's probably an admin black flag for Nicholas there, because he doesn't appear to have any incident points on the entry list.
So unfortunately he's been a bit naughty. He's been found guilty of something. So that'll drop him down a little bit, I reckon, with that black flag. Not too sure if how many seconds that gives him in this one, but I think we are just about ready to see the end of this one. So Jensen Bade is currently leading at the moment. Oh, he's got Jordan McDonald on the back. Will this be a last minute change, a last second change?
So I wonder if Jensen's tight on fuel as well, because that is closed up big time on this lap.
That has, but the checker flag is out. It's not going to matter. Jensen Bate holds on, and he will take race 2 for the non-championship round here at Watkins Glen. Fantastic stuff there. Jordan McDonald in second, and Sean McNamara, our very own admin over there, will take third. So well done to Sean. Nicholas Peck in fourth, but that black flag will drop him down a little bit. So we'll see where that drops him. Darren Lobb in fifth. Vota Botma in sixth place. Ryan Delaney in seventh. Yako Fenter eighth. Alex Sprague in ninth. And Braden O'Loughlin in 10th. What a race.
Absolutely crazy.
Yeah, that was a crazy race. So much action going on in that second one. It was an awesome race, and great to see Sean McNamara getting on the podium. And I guess we're going to have him back in the lounge in a moment.
Yeah, I think we
Oh,
might see
no.
the grab. Oh, Blake Greenhall's slowing across the line,
Oh,
and Yako slow. Oh, I think everyone's just running out of fuel now, so I think everyone's just topped themselves up nicely to get themselves home to the end. So fantastic racing there. See if we can grab maybe our top 3. Maybe see if we can get over a word with, well, we got Jordan McDonald at the moment, so we'll get Jordan in here. Have a word with Jordan McDonald. So Jordan, welcome to the lounge, mate. Second place in that one. Congratulations.
Yeah, cheers. It's a little bit frustrated with just the way the lap car was interfering with that. So yeah, it's frustrating, but anyway, it is what it is.
Well, it was really close, though. I mean, it was great fun to watch, especially towards the end. Do you think you would have had Jensen there had it been maybe just one more lap?
Oh, 100%. I mean, well, to be honest, we both would have been in trouble because he obviously dropped pace because he wasn't going to make it on fuel. He'd underfueled himself, and then obviously that's why I caught him so much on that last lap. But yeah, I mean, maybe had that car not been there, could have been a little bit different because he would have had to deal with me getting better exits. But yeah, it is what it is. So.
Absolutely awesome stuff, Jordan. Well, look, I mean, look, this was a non-championship round. Of course, next week we go to Oran Park for the first of the points-paying rounds. Do you think the BMW is going to be your car for the season?
I'm not really sure, to be honest. I don't drive GT3s really at all, so I probably have to do some testing. I kind of just showed up tonight to have a nudge, and obviously happy to get second. Just sour about that last few corners. So,
No.
yeah, I mean, ultimately, I because I don't drive GT3s at all, I will have to kind of look around and figure out what the best car for the calendar is going to be with the BOP and everything. So we'll see, but yeah, I mean, still second after getting binned in that massive wreck going up the S's on lap 1. Can't complain, I guess, too much.
Yeah, no, certainly can't. Anyone you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to thank before we let you go for the night?
Yeah, absolutely. Big shout out to Dylan and Andreas from Auto Moves, Stefan from Simblacks for everything he does for the community. Best sim shop in the country, so make sure you guys go and get your sim gear from there. Sim Magic, Apex Lab, Auto Moves, SimWrap Market, everyone that's in the team that recent signings, and all the boys for putting in the hard mahi throughout the week. So yeah, much appreciated you guys to the broadcast, SuperCars NZ for the league, and I think it's Gamma Flare or something putting up the money for the championship. So I appreciate that and supporting the NZAU community as much as they do.
It's absolutely awesome stuff. Thank you, Jordan, and we'll hopefully see you for the next one.
Cheers, mate. Thanks.
Cheers. All right, we'll grab our. Yeah, we'll grab Jensen in this one. Hey, Jensen, welcome to the lounge. Congratulations on the win.
Hi, thank you. Thanks for that.
So talk us through that one. I mean, that was that last race. Were you fuel saving for the end?
Yeah, so I think my auto fuel went off the safety car lap slightly. So on that last lap, I had to save a fair bit because I didn't know whether we would do that one extra or finish the lap before. So yeah, the gap came down like very fast, but I managed to just save enough, and I came across the line with basically nothing left.
Well, I feel like that's what might have caught out your opponent there, Ryan Delaney. I mean, we were looking forward to the battle, and then we went on board with him expecting last lap battle, and unfortunately he ducked into the lane to get a bit of the extra fuel. But look, not a bad run, of course. Given that's a non-championship round. Look, Ferrari going to be your car of choice for the season, or are you going to be looking to something else?
Yeah, it was my first time driving the Ferrari today, and I enjoyed it. It was pretty good. I think I'll stick with the Ferrari or the Aston, but probably Ferrari based off of today. I think it's just going to be more consistent throughout the whole season, and should be like one of the better cars at each track.
All right, well, certainly be an interesting one to look forward to, Jensen. Anyone you want to thank before we let you go out, mate?
Thank you to Phoenix Racing Team and just everyone over there. It's been fun driving with them. And yeah, usually we're doing supercars instead of GT3, but I'll see how I go this season.
Well, fantastic to see you out there. And of course, don't forget everyone, if you want to catch Phoenix Racing Team and Supercars, they are on Tuesday nights as well. So check them out there. Thank you, Jensen.
Thank you.
All right. So shout out to Jensen there, our first place getter for race 2. And this one will grab Sean McNamara. He's just ducked into the race channel. I think we can get him back in here. There he is. There's our third place man, Sean. Sean, welcome to the lounge. Podium finish for you tonight.
Yeah, this is new to me. I don't know what to do or say. It's quite weird.
Well, I'll ask you a question and you answer it. How does that sound?
Just tell everybody how good you are. That's what you normally do anyway, right?
Yeah, but now it's actually happened, Shane, so it's weird. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It's like, so if you know me, you know me, you know. These things don't normally happen to nice guys like myself.
Well,
But
Shane,
no.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Well, I mean, Sean, look, you had some battles up and down. I mean, you ran a bit wide at the toe section of the boot, and you dropped a couple of positions. What happened there? Did you just run wide? Did you make a
cold
mistake?
tires?
What's the story?
Yeah, definitely. It was on the restart, so it was cold tires, and I thought I was actually looping it. So I jumped my foot on the brake, and good old Sean for taking the McLaren. It just held itself and didn't actually rotate. So happy days. And then I look at my revision mirror, expecting to be, a murder of cars coming at me like craziness. And there was no one behind me. I was like, what had happened? But then I realized, obviously, the restart, there's always issues off the restart with guys behind. So I was quite thankful to be that far forward. And so I'll just head down, eyes forward, and carried on through. And these cars, I don't think a lot of people figured out the faster on low fuel. So late pit stops are the key to make these cars work for pace, for me anyway. So then just eyes forward, let's run it out of fuel and then pit and put some tyres on and hope for the best. Although I would like to point out there's some guys doing 4-second quicker pit stops. So I think I need to figure out if it's me and my pit stop, or if they're cheating, or if I put that out there. They're probably not. They're just better than me. What's going on? Yeah,
it's a non-championship round, so I think we'll be fine. But I think next week's where it's all going to matter. Anyone you want to thank, Sean, before we let you jump off, mate?
Of course, mate. I'd like to thank the Broadcasting Lounge for being them, all of them, and whole of them, and doing really well. So thanks, guys. And there's a bit of a joke. There's more of a bit of a joke there. But Gem and Flair, I'd like to thank them. I'd like to thank, obviously, our longtime sponsor for the GT3 series, MRP. So thank you very much. Everything you guys put in obviously goes back to the drivers. So they're a pretty lucky bunch of guys out there. Yeah, that's me. Thank you.
Absolutely awesome stuff. Well, thank you, Sean. We'll see you next week for the first points paying round of the GT3s. See you then, matey.
All right. Thanks, mate. Have a good night, guys. Cheers.
Cheers, mate. All right. Well, that was Sean McNamara, our third place getter for race 2. Shane, we are going to wrap this one up.
Yeah, we are, and what an exciting night of racing! I can't believe how much action we've seen tonight at a track that GT3s are pretty well at home at normally, and we're going to send them to a tight little V8 supercar track that no longer exists in Sydney, Australia next week. That is going to be absolutely madness, unleashing 40 of these beasts around Oran Park. I can't wait.
Absolutely awesome stuff. Well, thank you to everyone for joining us tonight for round 1 of the SuperCars NZ GT3 series. My name is Brandon Stark. Next to me was Shane. Our producer is Wayne. We'll see you all next week.